bankroll. As Chovy's once again going to lock in the Azir. I don't think anyone's too excited about that, but it is going to be the Skarner Thresh. This is, you know, something that Chovy and friends certainly came up with on Griffin with that, the delivery system after you use that Impale and take the Lantern. That was certainly very cool in 2019.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out. I feel like the best target that transformed into like a hare and then a horse. I'll hold that thought.
Chovy, I don't know whether he was looking at where he was, as he is just going to die. Not going to use the flash, and that was a whoopsie.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, bad news bears. Already the teleport has to be used. He's taking the lethal tempo this time around. Who's going to win that 50-50 is right now Peanut just playing with Arthur a little bit, but does get the stun. Smite goes down as now Kellen crashes on in. Vista, decent playback, but Arthur is just going to go down. The early rotation over from Bay is pretty obvious as Death gets over the wall, but is still going to die. Vista's going to do the same thing. And what has happened to Harmon Life Esports?
Yeah,
this is a disaster completely.
This is terrible. Like, that actually is almost like I don't want to say it, but we're 3:30 in the game. I'm like, is the game over now? Like, I mean, I don't want to say it because it's not over. And like Peanut's like, okay, yeah, are you gonna auto attack that? I'm just gonna hit Q you and then walk away. Bowling ball, come back in. Oh, you can't win this anymore. Meanwhile,
what the heck? Now he's on the other side of the map tring to steal something away. He's dead. The red buff is going to be there. Dudu can't help it all, and I just don't know.
This is like hurting me, Atlas. Okay,
Yeah.
like, I was ready for
landed in the mid lane as well, as Bay is very, very competitive.
He's got 6 already, and he's like, oh, well, I've got Rel too, so guess what?
Yeah.
Making a play.
Def does have the Gravitum, so it does stun up Peanut for a little bit, but the Watch Out Eep is so scary, and he's just so fed. It's ludicrous. Throws a bowling ball, picks up the kill easily, isn't even needed for this dive on the bottom side as Bay. He's got the Haymaker, so he'll be totally okay as well. And Nongshim, they're snowballing very effectively, but we still have to go back to the fact that...
Ult up, he can make a big play, and Lilia is just going to be out-rotating, and Arthur doesn't have his ult yet, still.
And he's still counter-jungling. All right, well, he does have the Crystalline Exoskeleton, gets to run away real fast, and Dudu is here this time. Flash away from a bowling ball. That's how scary Peanut is right now. Bambi is angry.
I don't want to watch.
Yeah, this is when you become a Rocks Tigers fan again. As Dominus comes down, Arthur's looking for his first Impale, doesn't have the Flash and Explosive Cast. Pretty good ability against the old Skarner, and now Peanut's going to turn up. Volleyball is going to go over the Skarner, so being of short stature, certainly helping out. The also going to turn up here. They're going for a bit of a dive, but they're going to have to get it done pretty early. As I think the Crystalline Exoskeleton is in. 4 members up towards the top side. Bay moving on in. He's at half health, but he's set as well. Chovy moving on over. Already Peanut has been shut down. And I don't want to say, is it time for the turnaround? Is it time for the comeback? But that is definitely the right kill to get. As Dr. Army's going to be able to take down this outer turret on the bottom side. And definitely there is a lot to talk about here as far as what Nongshim can pick up. Exhaust down onto Rich. Def was a little bit bothered by Kellen. Oh, that's some greed. That's some greed right there. Flash Impale is so easy, and this is the most dead Samira's ever been. She is. Oh my God, the damage! As Dudu's going to have to be called in, the teleport comes on up, and he does find the stun. But man, that was so close to a turnaround. Sometimes you forget how ridiculously fed Samira can do. As Chovy's going to throw Bay towards the rest of his team. There's that showstopper that we were talking about, and there's the Watch Out Eep. You've definitely got to watch out for it this time around.
Yeah, you do.
He's going to get red buff slowed and hunted down here by Peanut. But thankfully, there is still a turret here. Def trying to turn it around. Calibrum is in. Rich comes in. And Bay's now looking for more. Great two-man face breaker, and the AoE damage is massive. And yeah, the wallet's pretty heavy on Nongshim's side, and they are going to be able to take down the remainder of Harmon Life Esports with a
and in this game, he's been right on time every single time. He actually doesn't have lane priority when this starts. It actually goes, well, okay.
This is dead. You can keep going.
Yeah, so he's actually had some pretty nice rotations over, and it feels like Set might be his champ. Like, you know, I've been a little bit unfair because of the situation we're in, but he's been involved in almost all of these kills. Dukdom just gets caught the Flash and Tail, but then he's got Immortal Shield Bow, and guess what? His ultimate does a lot of damage.
Very, very strong.
He gets a second ult too.
Depth items as well. I mean, Infernum Gravitum is a lot of, you know, AoE and utility, but it's not necessarily the massive damage that you can get. Also, he doesn't have his Mythic yet, doesn't have very much built up at all on the Ophelio, so didn't have the damage to burst down the Samira with, like you say, the Immortal Shield Bow that does make her pretty tanky.
Yeah, look at Bay, he's he just keeps rotating in. He's not afraid to keep pushing this issue. Peanut kind of baits over, and then he comes back in. Rich is here as well, but Bay makes the plays happen. The face breaker is good. He's got the haymaker follow-up.
Yeah, Bay
and I mean, look, Peanut...
his set is next level, man. I thought he was like a Zoe one-trick, then comes through with the big burly boy, and is really strong as well. This was just Vistor out of position.
I think they should probably just walk away. He doesn't even have it in time.
Yeah, doesn't have the flash up, and Drake goes down a little bit too early. Harmon Life do manage to set up this minion wave for the turret, but it looks like they won't make it over there. Bowling Ball is going to connect. Only onto Arthur here. Can make the Skarner sleepy if they would like to, and now Nongshim are closing in on Hanwha Life.
Bay is on the perfect place right now in this team fight to grab somebody.
Yeah, this is the scary thing, right? Like, the engage from Nongshim is also just so scary.
Peanut?
Oh, Chovy's off to the side. He gets body slammed and taken away from the lantern, but is able to pick that one up now. Flashes over the wall. Kellen right in amongst it and gets so much value with all his CC. The Skarner and Thresh just die as an afterthought. The Emperor's Divide's good there from Chovy, but he's still getting closed in on, and this is looking like potentially the ace, unless Dudu can just run away. Chovy also, you know, trying to be a bit of a hero here as far as an escape artist act is concerned. And there is no Baron yet, guys. They were pinging the area. They're like, where is it? We need to take the Baron.
Not a tough game for him, but he's done everything correctly in every single team fight.
Well, Arthur's going to go for the Hail Mary. Looks once again for Doc Dom, who gets pulled underneath the turret. Gets taken down to half health, but then just flashes on out. Even takes a turret shot. It looks like he's going to be okay. Good flash there from Kellen. Gets him out of it, but there's a Crocodile lying in wait, and Cole the Meek is going to work out for him. Cask is a bit of a party there for Rich, who's now going to have to flash away. That's one pick, but it's in trade for one anyway. But he's probably not necessarily too excited about it. Nongshim now moving on over. The Phalanx has been set up here for Hanwha Life Esports. They'll take down the turret, but what are they going to lose for it? Great barrel! Brings in the Skarner. He's just going to die. There's a bit of an afterthought. There is a lantern right there. Death is going to pick that one up. Dudu's pretty big, as Docdom gets the ulti, but isn't actually able to get too much work done. As Chovy now off to the side, shifts some sands trying to get away, but Peanut's real fast, flashing on forward. Bowling Ball will miss, and another lantern will be picked up. But now, Def has been closed in on it. The set is going to be taken down as Docdom trying to take matters into his own hands. Rich closing in from the top, Kellen crashing down over the wall, and another Bowling Ball will connect. Good exhaust onto Peanut there as Def trying to kite, but he's not going to be able to do it. The Samira locks him down. Vista's now under a turret, misses the hook, but is now, he should be safe. But I don't know whether the Baron can say the same.
Yeah.
But it was scary in the early 2v2, right? That's what was scary about the Renekton. And I feel like, you know, the early 2v2 didn't exist. As there's the Stride Breaker. Faye getting on in there, but he's going down pretty low. Dudu's still pretty strong. Death trying to stay unhit towards the backside and lands a great Moonlight Vigil. Dudu's still alive and has a lantern. The extra shield there as well makes him very strong, as Peanut is going to be taken down, not before doing a fair bit of damage. But Hanwha Life Esports just won a 5v5.
Yeah, I mean, they have to hope for something.
I mean, like, of money and run over the top.
Vision of Arthur right now.
Well, he is over to the side, does have flash, gets on in there, but he's unable to lock down the Drake, and that's Mountain Soul now on this very tanky Nongshim team. Already the Skarner is going to be taken down. That's a double kill for the Samira. The resets are coming in as Peanut finds Vista over to the side. Chovy's going to die as well. And I think, you know, Hanwha, they had that one fight that was pretty good. Now they've been aced, and now the Baron will fall, or they could just run it up mid and take the Nexus. This has been a weird and wonderful game. But I imagine most of our Hanwha Life Esports fans are pretty happy. We were setting up this series, and Peanut definitely did deliver.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't want to get too harsh on Arthur, because this is something that he took some major risks, and, you know, obviously that ended up costing them the game, but, you know, for everything else that's happened since then, like, you can't fault him for where he's at in the mid to late game, because he's just so far behind he can't do anything. Like,
I mean, the mistakes have already been made, right? Like, it doesn't really matter what he does from here on out. Exactly. Kellen's going to dive on in, and look at how fast melts. This is just beautiful. From Nongshim Red Force, the Samira is doing those Fed Samira things, and it's pretty disgusting. Dudu makes it onto the fountain. I think try and preserve the KDA here, buddy. That's what I'd probably do, as he is going to get back there. But the Nexus turrets, they are melting at the hands of Nongshim, and they have come out. It's a bit of a tour de force here for Nongshim, but I think a lot of it is a little bit reliant on Hanwha Life Esports not necessarily figuring themselves out in the early game, and hopefully they can tidy it up for game 2.
I mean, this was a pretty good showing for Nongshim, punishing a lot of the plays that we saw from Arthur. And